Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow, the second part of what's known as the Texas Two-Step will come up again for discussion at the Texas Capitol. The first part of that plan already got signed into law by the governor, and that's the $1 billion earmarked to offer private school subsidies to Texas families. Here to update us on the legislation that's aimed at boosting public school funding here in the state is our Capitol correspondent, Dylan McKim. Dylan, welcome back, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Will.
You are following lots of leads today, so we appreciate you taking the time. So the Senate Education Committee will talk about House Bill 2 in the morning. You all will plan to be there, of course. This measure passed in the House about a month ago now.
Right.
So what took so long for this to come back, this major piece of legislation to finally be taken up again in the Senate?
Well, let's just make things simple here. School finance is a complex issue, and there are different schools of thought on how you're going to fund public schools. So the House passed its version, but the Senate had been passing its own separate versions of how they were going to tackle this. And because of that, there are differences. Now, the main similarity that both of these versions and proposals have is the end number, about $8 billion in additional funding. But like I said, if we really look into that number, it's how those dollars are being spent, what different tools that are being used. So let's just look at what the Senate proposal is right now, because there are some key differences in creating a whole new different allotment for teacher retention. They're providing pay raises for teachers, providing more than $1 billion for special education students, increasing the teacher incentive allotment to try to get more teachers on the pathway to a six-figure salary. So they're just different mechanisms. We knew that there was going to be some type of negotiating going on behind closed doors. Now we'll see how this plays out in the public at a hearing tomorrow morning.
One thing that a lot of people out there, especially school district leaders, is the basic allotment.
Yes.
What figure that would end up being. So the House version of this bill raises that by a few $100s, but now the Senate proposal does not do that. Why is there so much attention on this?
Okay, so the basic allotment is the base level of funding that each student can receive in our state. And it's really very flexible for school districts. They can use that money to pay for maintenance on their buildings. They can use it for transportation costs, but mostly they use it to pay their teacher salaries and staff. So you think of like bus drivers and nurses there. House Democrats have always argued we need to increase the basic allotment because schools are struggling with inflation. We haven't increased the allotment since 2019. We need to increase it by at least $1,400 this session. Well, the House approved their version and only increased it by $440. The Senate's version only increases it by $55. Now you think, well, then schools are losing out on money. Again, there are different pathways and different tools to get to that. Like I said, the Senate has a proposal for a whole new allotment just for teacher compensation to provide pay raises to teachers who have been in the industry for at least 3 years. So it's just different schools of thought. The outcome is typically, I would say, I don't want to say the same, because the way you use these dollars is going to impact how students learn. So it really is up for debate on how we should spend these dollars, and we'll hear that debate play out tomorrow in the Senate committee hearing.
What more can we expect from that committee hearing? Because I would imagine a lot of eyes will be on that.
I really do think it's going to be an all-day thing. I think that we're going to see a lot of people come out who have a vested interest in this to testify. Which means, hey, another long day for us. That's great. Love to hear that.
Right.
But we're prepared for that long day. I think it's going to be, I think we're going to hear Senator Brandon Creighton really, defend himself and show like, hey, this version is good. He told me about a month ago that his version was listening to requests from superintendents and actually finding specific solutions to those requests. Whereas the House's version it did boost the basic allotment and kind of gave the freedom to these school districts to say, hey, use that money how you want to use it. But it is a complex issue, and I know that we can listen to headlines and press releases and politics get involved, but at the end of the day, it is $8 billion for students, and how we use that money is really important on how we're going to advance our society and get kids ready for the real world.
Well, Dylan, we appreciate this preview, and of course, we'll look forward to your reporting tomorrow as this committee gets underway. Thanks again.
Excited. Thanks, Will.